What's up, guys? Okay, so I am walking again. Today's walk and talk is going to be all about tomorrow is the 100-day marker left until we go to Walt Disney World. We have 100 days left. And this weekend, I think it's actually tomorrow, is the opening at Disneyland, my hometown in Anaheim, for Galaxy's Edge. So I watched some videos about people who got to go experience Galaxy's Edge before it opens tomorrow. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so today I have my gear set up with my camera that has the microphone on it and the handle. I wanted to see what it's going to be like when I'm at the theme parks holding this whole gear, and hopefully that it's not too tiring. So anyway, that gets me all excited about what it's going to be like 100 days from now. I'll be at Walt Disney World and I'll be going into Galaxy's Edge for the first time. Oh, like the little 7-year-old in me is just so flipping excited. I can't even hold it in. It's crazy. Okay, so I was watching this couple videos that are on YouTube. A lot of people got to do the soft opening at the Disneyland parks for Galaxy's Edge. And the one that I watched that got me actually emotional was Provost Park Pass. So if you don't get a chance to see this guy, he's great. He's got some great blogs, and he's going to give a really detailed, by the time you see this video, he'll be giving a really detailed tour of what Galaxy's Edge was like. But it was just him sitting there talking about his experience because they weren't able to film or take pictures for the soft opening, and him describing seeing the Millennium Falcon for the first time. I had tears coming down my cheeks. Like I don't even know how to explain like how excited I am about this. This is crazy. Like the idea of seeing a real Millennium Falcon like right up in front of me is just, it's beyond imagination. Like I guess this is what it is for Courtney experiencing Harry Potter world. Like I think it's cute and funny, but if it's anything how I feel on the inside, then I get it. I get why she cries. I get why she's so immersed into every little tiny detail, because I know that's how I'm going to be about Galaxy's Edge. It's actually kind of chilly. Like I should have worn a jacket. I'm kind of cold. I guess they were talking about this cold front that came in. Like it's either tornadoes and storm and rain and muggy, or it's freezing cold. Okay, so all in all, I have to say, literally, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Gosh, I love Disney World so much. I love Star Wars. It really does bring out the little kid in me. I guess that's why I like Michael K. Vlogs. I think it's called like Michael K. Does Disney or something. But he does these awesome vlogs. And every time he goes to the parks, he's talking about how excited he is. And that is literally me. Like I will be dancing and skipping down Main Street, USA, singing, crying. Oh, I haven't been to Walt Disney World in years. I used to have a season pass when I lived in California, and I went every time I could. Unless you're a Disney fan, I guess it just isn't, I don't know, I guess it makes me look weird or fake or whatever, but this is legitimately from my heart, like how much I grew up on it, and I just love Disney and the idea of being able to like be that little 7-year-old kid who saw Star Wars for the first time in the theater and watching Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker fly across the thing is just, okay, so if this gives you any indication of what it's going to be like, yeah, I'm just bawling. Okay, so I made it home. Walk went really good today. I actually added a little extra distance. What? I gotta go talk to my mom. Okay, so that's it for today. And I hope you enjoyed me talking about, shut up, dogs! About my excitement about Galaxy's Edge. Oh my gosh, it's opening up tomorrow in Disneyland. Okay, see you later. Bye. So let me tell you about my brother's coffee here. This is called Fight Night Coffee. It's a really good, it's robust. The grounds smell delicious. Like it is, and it's got a nice feel to the grounds. They're not like super soft, and they're not like, it doesn't seem like it's not ground enough. Now, Fight Night Coffee is something that you can get online, and I'm gonna put the link down in the description below. My brother is a Border Patrol agent down in Arizona, and his wife is a nurse. And so they came up with a concept. They wanted to be entrepreneurs. They're creating this new company line called Fight Night Coffee. And the concept behind it is in dedication to those who fight the night, and they drink a lot of coffee. So it's dedicated to like police officers and firefighters and Border Patrol agents and nurses and doctors and people who are like saving our lives and going over and beyond the call of duty, military people, things like that. So a lot, I think part of the proceeds of their coffee does help those people who are working in those kind of industries. I have to take a sip of this because it's so good. So my brother's not sponsoring this episode, but I just wanted to give him a shout out and help you guys go support my brother. He's really awesome, dude. And he was a huge Star Wars nerd himself. He was dressed as an Ewok one year for Halloween. So you do want to check it out. Go to his website and get yourself, not only does he have the great coffee that you can choose from, but he also has some amazing gear like this coffee mug here. He's also got some great t-shirts and hoodies that you can check out on his website. Make sure you tell him that his sister Mickey sent you. So, okay, I hope you guys check it out. All right, back to the episode. Hey guys, what's up? I just have to jump in here real quick. I know you guys are watching my walk and talk, but I had to put on my Leia ears and tell you about watching last night's live dedication ceremony to Galaxy's Edge. It was insane. I freaked out. I'm sitting here in my garage. This is where I watch a lot of my YouTube videos, is on this TV screen right here. And we happened to be just watching it live after dance last night. And the first impression, I was watching Fresh Baked, by the way. I was watching his live feed as he was entering the park itself. And mind you, I grew up on Disney. Like, I grew up in Anaheim. I am an original Anaheim kid. I graduated from a high school that's literally like just like a couple miles away from Disneyland. I had season passes. I was there when it used to be Videopolis. So the People Movers where people made out. So, I mean, I literally, Disneyland is a huge part of me. So watching them put this huge 14-acre expansion on my home place, like I used to go there all the time when there wasn't a California Adventure and there wasn't the, I guess you call it the, it's all the Disney, like it was the Disneyland Hotel. You crossed the street, you were in the parking lot, and then it was Disneyland. Like that's how long ago I used to go. I used to go when Michael Jackson would sneak into the park because of his Captain EO. Yes, I was one of the dorks in the back dancing the choreography to Captain EO. So for me to watch them go into a new expansion that is this large was huge for me. Like I was, first of all, as a Disney Anaheim girl, I was so proud that they were able to do this. And then secondly, I am a huge Star Wars fan. And I'll never forget when I first saw it, I was like, oh, what is this going to be? It's like Star Wars, what is this? And it was crazy. Like the actual movie itself had me sucked in from get-go. The moment that Leia swings across the thing, she's got the rope, and her and Luke fly across that, I said to myself, then I want to be a part of that somehow. And I thought it was through that I was going to be a filmmaker, and that's how I was going to do it, as I grew up. But that film and that moment has always held a place in my heart. Like those characters, that movie, everything about it was just so epic. So watching this unfold and knowing that I get to finally live out that dream of being a part of it, not just wearing a costume to go see a movie, not just getting in the film industry so that I could be a part of something like this, but legitly becoming into the world. I had tears. Like I'm tearing up right now. That is such a huge deal for me to know that I get to do that. To see this in real life, the Millennium Falcon, and it seems so silly that a movie would get somebody so emotional like this, but it's a childhood thing. It brings you back to your childhood of good times and the thrill of going to the theater and, and the kids. I can remember the boys in elementary school, they had the Millennium Falcon and they would bring all the toys to the playground and the characters. And of course, they would never let me play because, I wanted to play with the Han Solo doll and I was a girl. So the only character I could play was Leia. And then it became, who had like the top of the line, fighter jets and things like that. And which dolls they were crazy. It was like baseball card nuts on the playground of schools in Oklahoma. So the dedication ceremony last night was nuts. The live feed yesterday was crazy. I was tearing up, like tears just coming down my cheeks as Fresh Baked was walking through the park, and I was in awe and my mouth was just dropped. But the dedication ceremony, I watched that on the Disney Parks live feed, and that was crazy. That was so crazy. It was like, I loved the way that they broadcasted it. It was very much like I was watching like the Emmys or the Oscars or something. It was really cool. But seeing Bob Iger get up there and talk, and you could even tell he was getting a little emotional. And then George comes out and he got a little teary-eyed. And then watching Lando, oh my God. I was like, first of all, I was so like, oh my God, they're so old. Because they had canes and they're really old. And then it made me think about how Leia would have been there, the original, but she passed away. So, and Chewie up in the cockpit, and then they fired up the Millennium Falcon, and then, of course, oh my God, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford coming out. That was crazy. And Mark Hamill got a little, you could see it in his eyes. He got a little choked up. I was watching it with my daughters, and Courtney thought it was cool, but Madeline was just screaming and super excited, and she was sitting there going, oh my gosh, because they went into the place where you can build a robot, and she was like, oh my gosh, is that R2-D2 walking around? He's just walking around like oh, this is going to be crazy. These movies, like Harry Potter series and the franchise of Star Wars, it does bring families together, and it gives hope, and it tells great stories, and it takes you to worlds that are beyond what reality is here. So it makes things help you step out of your crazy life that you live. So I think that's why everybody is so enthralled in both Harry Potter and the Star Wars. And my family, I raised my family in super love of Disney. Like when my son was about 5 years old, I can remember him walking through the Disneyland gates and crying and saying, this is the greatest day of my life. And some guy who was walking in the queue with us through the lines to get into the park, he was like, that's what Disney needs to capture. Right there, this little boy crying about going through Disney. And my nephew was with us, and he looked up his mom, because he was only like a year or two younger than Billy. And he was like, Mom, why is Billy crying? Like, he didn't get it. And my girls and I are the same way. I mean, we've been watching like the fireworks show. I mean, today marks 100 days left until we go to Walt Disney World. We haven't been there in over 10 years. It's going to be insane. Now, Billy is not going to be able to make it with us, but we have plans in the works for the holidays to possibly go to Disneyland. He will be in Los Angeles at the time because he's still in his sound engineering school. So once he's done with that, then he has to go into internship, and he's got a couple places in LA that he's looking into. So once he knows that, and he graduates around the same time that we will be at Walt Disney World. So he had a talk with him, and he said he'd rather have the money that we would have spent on him for that into helping him get a place and getting established in Los Angeles for his internship. And then we thought, let's go there for the holidays, because it will be almost a full year that we hadn't seen him since he went to school. So we thought maybe that would be a fun way to celebrate the holidays this year. And if we are going, I will tell you, because then that would mean in the first year that the expansions opened up, I will not have been at one Star Wars park. I will have been at 2. I can't wait. This is crazy. All right, I gotta go. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And please don't think I'm a weirdo because I'm getting so emotional. I'm just super excited. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.